Meet Kate, the film's heroine, when she is teaching her class of English language learners. Then she turns around to see a little child reading a comic book behind her. Kate directs the boy, after swooping him up, to read the book aloud to everyone else in the room. When the boy starts reading the book, Kate becomes more interested in the comics. The instructor in charge of the class, on the other hand, ultimately comes and witnesses everything. He brings Kate to his office and asks her to quit in a somewhat oblique way. Then, on the opposite side, a young girl named Megan appears. What is this person's name? And what does she do? She tries to advertise cosmetics within the company. Megan, on the other hand, is unable to sell the beauty product and rushes off in a rage. She witnesses the officers taking her car as she is leaving the company because Megan parked her car in an area that was too small for it. When Kate returns home from school, we discover that she and her roommate Megan are great friends who even share a bedroom. When Kate arrives home, she is caught off guard by the sight of Megan dancing. She has the idea that her existence is meaningless to her. The discussion continues with Megan advising Kate that her day was a total failure since she did not sell anything. Her car was hauled away by authorities since she didn't have somewhere to park it, and Kate then told her that her principal had also asked her to quit her employment as a teacher. Megan picked up Kate at 4 in the following morning and told her that they needed to go somewhere. Megan tells Kate that their vacation departs in 3 hours, and Kate promises her that they will talk about it in the morning. Megan, on the other hand, underlines that their flight departs in 3 hours. Kate felt compelled to follow Megan even though she had no desire to do so since Megan had already paid the ticket. When she got to the airport, she saw that there was an extremely long line to check in. Furthermore, if she stays in this line, she will very likely be late for her trip. Megan then looks around and strikes up a conversation with a young man who works there. They may board the plane without waiting in line because the boy grants them permission to do so. Megan takes the seat to the left of the window while Kate sits next to it. Kate has a phobia of heights. Therefore, she often takes medicine to alleviate her anxiety. And Megan and Kate both hold him in high regard. Both of them start flirting with him during the dispute, but Kate passes out as a consequence of taking more drugs. The pilot then tells the passengers that due to a storm in Florida, following that, a staffer at the Cloud Hotel's front desk told her that the airport had lost his bag. They her to their own rooms, and they run into Ryan on the way. Megan tells him that her friend is getting married and wonders why he is there in the first place. Ryan informs her that the wedding is still a few days away. After that, Ryan asks them if they want to go out for drinks with him later, and both of them say yes. When Megan realizes she has lost her suitcase while in her room, she approaches Kate and asks if she can borrow one of her gowns so she can leave. After hearing this, Kate says that she has no intention of parting with her single dress and will not give it away. Following that, we see Kate go by herself to see Ryan in the evening. When Ryan asks where Megan is, she answers by telling him. Kate then answered, "I don't know." He observes Megan approaching the site as they are talking. Putting on a traditional Indian costume similar to the one Anu's mother wore, Ryan is taken away when he first sees Megan because of her remarkable beauty. Following that, Ryan notices a sound. That the storm has gotten considerably more severe, causing his travel to be further delayed. When Ryan begins to feel low, Meg and Kate plan to lift his spirits by staging a dance competition in his presence. Megan gets very excited while dancing, and as a consequence, her dress slides down. Kate and Megan start arguing over Ryan at the hotel. The following day, they'll make preparations to travel in a hot air balloon together. However, since Kate is afraid of heights, Ryan demanded that we not ride in a hot air balloon. Megan, on the other hand, assures her that it is meaningless. They may take turns riding in the hot air balloon, and Kate would accompany them to the museum. Kate agreed to join them since she did not want Megan to go with Ryan alone. Given that she is currently standing within the balloon, Kate is filled with apprehension. Kate is then told by the balloon's pilot that they have climbed to a height of 500 feet. And when Kate discovers this, she becomes really anxious. Ryan then tries to cheer her up by making her feel better. Megan then bursts the cork on the champagne bottle, and the bottle cap flies into the air, colliding with the hot air balloon captain's remaining eye. As a result, the irritation extends to his other eye. As a result, the hot air balloon must surely join the children's party. They then head to the hotel together to check in. Ryan then makes the decision to go to the swimming pool. Both of them are now wearing clothing that exposes a lot of skin in order to make a good impression on Ryan at the pool. Then, in an attempt to impress Ryan, both of them plunge into the pool, injuring Megan's eye. They return to the same cafe the next day. Kate has recently drunk juice. Ryan informs them that he will be attending a wedding. Megan and Kate then approach Ryan and ask if they might join him, to which he agrees. Following that, everyone proceeds to make their way towards the car, which is being driven by Craig, a guy who has a crush on Megan. Megan moisturizes Ryan's hands while they're on the road to keep them comfy. Kate feels terrible when she sees this. Kate then shows the driver a picture of Megan as a child, in which she seems to have an unusual look. They make a pit stop along the way to get some gas. Kate visits the toilet while they are at the gas station. She checks the toilet and finds it to be incredibly dirty. Regardless, she continues to use that bathroom. Megan locks the bathroom door while she is still outside. As a consequence, Kate is unable to leave the house. Kate then escapes by crawling out of a window. However, during this time, every item of her clothing gets filthy. Ryan then spots her and asks what is going on in this scenario. Kate informed her that she was being held captive in the toilet by an unknown individual. Kate then takes a shower for herself. At that moment, everyone starts making their way to the wedding destination. Throughout this section of the voyage, Kate acts as though she is being intentionally injured. Ryan releases his grip on her shoulders. When Megan observes anything like this, she feels outraged. Megan exacts her vengeance on Kate by presenting her with a bottle of wine laced with sleeping pills, which she then urges Kate to ingest. Kate, on the other hand, will not partake in this beverage. Then there's Craig. You should take the bottle of wine away from Megan since her hands are full. He sips every last drop of wine from the bottle. Craig has been driving for an extended period of time, so Megan figures he is fatigued at this point. As a consequence of this, she offers to drive the car. But when Craig finds out about it, he notifies Megan. He does not need anyone's support. After a few hours, all three of them eventually fell asleep. Craig eventually passes out and causes an accident, forcing the four of them to spend the night at a hotel since they can't drive. Kate realizes that the wine bottle from which she was drinking contains sleeping pills. Following that, Kate makes a reservation for a room at the hotel all to herself. Kate eventually decides to go get herself a cool drink. It is there that she meets Ryan. As a result, Ryan meets Kate and says hello. Ryan then proceeds to kiss Kate while saying this. They then retire to their apartments and get personal with one another. Megan, on the other hand, is presently drinking alone at a nearby tavern. Craig approached her after that. Following that, there is some conversation between the two of them. Megan told us over breakfast the following morning that we should not let a male friend put a strain on our relationship. At the same time, Megan inadvertently reveals to Kate that she had sexual contact with Ryan. Kate discovers that Meg has had sexual relations with Ryan. As a result, Kate gets enraged, and the two of them start fighting. Then, while they continued to argue, a cabinet fell on top of them, crushing both of them. Craig then brings Megan and Kate out of the room by themselves, and the hotel's owner notifies the authorities. Following that, Craig tells the police that he urged Ryan to take his car so that he could make it to the wedding on time. When he accesses Ryan's Google Plus page, he finds that Ryan will be the bride this time. He tells the women this knowledge. They are taken aback and beg to be allowed to leave so that the wedding may be called off. They are permitted to leave after they have made reparations for the harm done to the passageway. When they get to the Fort Lauderdale hotel where the wedding is being held, they realize it is too late to stop it. They then turn to face Ryan. Ryan is astonished to see both of them and starts to run. However, they are able to catch him. They told Ryan that he had used both of them to pursue his own objectives. Ryan, on the other hand, maintains that they were both interested in him from the start. According to Ryan, I've been with this girl since I was in college. Inform them that they must not interfere with his marriage in any manner. Ryan's wife has now arrived, and both of them have noticed that she is a very serious lady. She never lets Ryan complete his statements and constantly gets him to agree with whatever she says. Megan and Kate consider this and consider what better choices Ryan may have made given that he would have many regrets after getting married. Megan and Kate return to the airport when they are done thinking about it. They find out that their flight will be delayed for 4 hours. Megan has decided she wants to speak with Craig, so she goes to his place of employment. After a brief talk, Megan gives Craig a kiss, and they resume their evening. Megan then travels to the airport to meet Kate and informs her that the two of them shouldn't live together any longer. That doesn't necessarily mean they won't run into each other again. They decided to spend more time together, and Kate supports their choice. She then returns to school to notify the principal that she has no intentions to quit her employment. When the principal learned of this, he informed the teacher that he had not demanded that she quit her post. Instead, he wished for her to take over as coach of the volleyball team. Kate is overjoyed to hear this. On the other hand, Megan initiates a relationship with Craig. Thanks for watching. Watch another video.